only in California. Only in California. So you got a few of the large California school districts that are now talking about getting rid of D's and F's in the education system. Yeah, they are talking about getting rid of D's and F's so they won't end up failing any students and this, that, and the third. It's quite astounding, and it's also a big fu to those who literally bust their tails, studying for difficult exams and whatnot. It's so, and let me go on the record on on saying this right here, because this is not just this is in Sacramento, Oakland, L.A. From what I mean, it may be more, but those are some of the few I can think of right now. I mean, and it just amazes me. It really just amazes me that you got the school system now all of a sudden the school system now all of a sudden dropping the dropping D's and F's, getting rid of D's and F's on the grading scale for students when they are getting their report cards and whatnot. It seems I really don't get it, because me, on the other hand, when I was growing up, when I was going to, when I was getting myself an education, you know, going, working with my academics and this, that, and the third, and a lot of the teachers in a lot of classrooms that I've attended, they would have a poster on the wall, from what I last recall, which says, and I quote, "I don't give out grades. You earn them." But now, since we are living in the age of wokeness and political correctness, I'm afraid that's being thrown out the freaking window, because they want to focus on, they want to focus in, now all of a sudden, they want to focus on giving, individuals who are not academically um, successful a passing grade in the case of participation. It's like getting a participation trophy, in competitions. And when it's being unfair to those who are literally studious. I mean, for real. It's I do find this appalling. But I also will set the record straight right here. This is probably an ominous omen where pretty much school districts all across this country in heavily Democrat run areas, you know, that will follow suit to what some of these large areas in California are doing. Dropping the D's and F's on the school grading system. You see, let me say this: the education system is a freaking joke. You know, let me repeat that again. The education system in America is a freaking joke. I think it's time to start homeschooling your children, America, because our education system pretty much has failed us. And now, in the age of wokeness, they're literally dumbing down society to the lowest common denominator of fail. So, regardless or not, if you fail, I mean, if you don't pass, you get a you're going to get a passing grade for participation. I mean, I remember the time when I was growing up. If you if you fail, I mean, you basically gotta either number one go to summer school, or number two repeat the same grade. Which thankfully I never did any of that. I mean, because I I was a I was a guy who would study and read and read and read. I read a lot of books growing up. You know, didn't really, you know, put all of my emphasis on things. Now, let me be honest. Yeah, I used to wander off and not have my full concentration on my academics. From time to time, but at the same time, I was literally I've always excelled in my academics growing up. But now, you're going to have this point in time where everybody wants to be woke and wants to have their feelings to be catered to. It's just a it's just it's just appalling. We need our education. We need our we need to value education where it really matters. And that starts with, you know, fo- focus. Focus on, keeping focusing on your studies. It doesn't matter, you know, you got to learn how to read, write and compute at grade level. And this is why I've been saying the education system is a joke here in America. We got to do better. I'm Chuck Johnson, a.k.a. Thunder. You guys have a wonderful night.